I'd like to bring in attorney Nichole Epner to talk a little bit more about this. Nichole, thank you so much for your time. First of all, how significant is this FTC lawsuit against Uber?
Well, anytime you have the federal government coming down on a private company, it is a significant event, and it is something that I'm sure they will be taking very seriously.
All right, so the FTC accuses Uber of signing up some of its UberONE subscribers without any knowledge. And then Uber says, hey, the company does not sign up or charge consumers without consent. What is your opinion in this?
Well, I think that that's a part of this complaint, but the biggest part of it is the question of how difficult it is for people who have signed up for UberONE for a free trial to resign from UberONE before they start getting charged. And that is the vast majority of this complaint. And we know that the FTC almost certainly has been in touch with Uber in advance of filing this complaint. So the issue is going to be whether or not the hoops that Uber requires users to jump through in order to resign from UberONE are appropriate under the law.
And we know that can be so frustrating for consumers. Another piece of this is Uber has tangled with the FTC several times in the past, including back in 2017 when the company settled the FTC's allegations that it made deceptive privacy and data security claims. How are those prior run-ins likely to impact this case, if at all?
So I'm not certain whether that is going to have an impact on this, because they're very different issues. The thing that is, I think, likely to guide is that there have been about 36 prior FTC enforcement actions under this statute, and virtually all of them have settled prior to the case going to trial. So while this is a very important issue for the company, I think that it is highly likely that, as with most civil litigation, it will lead to a settlement as opposed to a big showdown at trial.
If there were to be a showdown, Nichole, which side do you think would have the more uphill battle, considering those other cases from the FTC?
So I think that anytime the government comes after you, it is very daunting. But attorneys like me make our living protecting litigants, defendants, from these sorts of charges from the FTC. And I'm confident that Uber has a very strong legal team and a very large budget to defend themselves. So we like to say that a case rarely gets better for the government after they file their complaint. That's as good as it gets. And in looking at this complaint, there are a lot of reasons that if I were on Uber's side, I would say there may be some strong defenses here.
All right. Well, we will certainly see what happens. Attorney Nichole Epner, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.